If you are on your journey to creating your dream life, living in luxury, releasing anxiety, stress, having it all, then this video is for you. If you look at your reality and you're saying, I know I'm meant for more, but for whatever reason, I'm not there yet, here is a hack that's going to allow you to bridge the gap and quantum leap to that life that you know is meant for you. Like your soul knows I'm meant for more. I'm meant for more abundance, more luxury, more everything. The key is affirmations of your desired reality as if you already have it today. And what I mean by that is instead of saying, I am wealthy, the brain is like, I don't really find evidence in that, so I'm just going to revoke that, release that. But if you started to create more specific affirmations as if it's already done, for example, I am a full-time YouTuber. I've paid off all of my credit cards. I make $10K per month. I am married to the love of my life, right? When we add more specific, the brain is like, oh, I can get on board with that. And something that the brain really needs when we are affirming that heart's desire, that new reality that we know is ours, is repetition. So the brain needs repetition in order for it to kind of sink in. We have to saturate the mind with this new identity. And think about if you've ever trained for a race, if you've ever trained for a speech, you practiced repetition, right? You wouldn't just go from never running to doing a marathon. You would probably start with a 3K or a 5K or a 10K, and you would build yourself up to hitting that marathon through repetition, right? You would start running, you might start weightlifting, you might start stretching, working on mobility, your endurance. Those are all things that you would do to train for the race. The same thing with your desired reality. You have to train and prepare and train the body and the nervous system for that desired reality right now. And how we do that is through robotic affirmations. Robotic affirmations are you reciting the same word over and over and over, the same affirmation over and over and over until it becomes your reality. So for example, a money one could be, I make $10,000 per month. I make $10,000 a month. You repeat that over and over until you experience that in your reality. I'm married to the love of my life. I'm so happy. I wake up every single day next to my spouse. You repeat these affirmations until you actually see proof and evidence in your reality. So what we're doing is we're training your brain to say, well, that's not true. Okay. If she's telling me it's true, well, let's go find opportunities to make this true. Let's go find experiences to make this true. So robotic affirmations is really just you affirming over and over and over. We're training the body, training the mind to prepare for it to become your reality. And a lot of times when we start this practice, we can get really overwhelmed by, well, how many times do I say it? Do I track it? Do I do this? Do I do that? And I actually use an app, and let me pull it up for you. And it's a counter app. And so every time you hit your affirmation, you touch this and you can count it. You can muscle test how many affirmations should I say every day. Some people do the 10,000 challenge, which I think ends up being a few hours. I do about 1,500 affirmations a day. On some days when I'm feeling really amped up, I'll do 2,500. But I find the sweet spot for me is about 1,000 to 1,500 of repeating the same affirmation over and over until I feel like I've saturated enough for it to become my reality. So when the brain sees you using this app and sees you tracking it, what you're actually doing is you're giving your brain dopamine. And when your brain has dopamine, it actually is training you, yes, more please. This feels really good. Let's do more of it. And when you train your body ooh, this is a really healthy dose of dopamine that I'm receiving through affirming my new reality, you are really giving yourself that boost in present time. We get a lot of confusion on what dopamine is. A lot of times we think a dopamine is this addictive experience, but all it is just saying this feeling right now feels really good. How can we create more of it? So of course, when we enjoy chocolate, when we do drugs, alcohol, we have a surge of dopamine and the brain is like, yes, more please, more please. When we do healthy habits of dopamine, we can get that same kind of qualities of more please, more please. So now that we are ready to create our affirmations, you want to create them as if they're already true. We don't want to say someday I'm going to be married, someday I'm going to have a successful business, because the brain is just going to say, well, I'm looking for evidence that someday that will come true. I don't need to worry about it. Someday I'll worry about it. So you want to speak it as if it's happening today. So today I got monetized on YouTube. Today I met the love of my life. Today I got the email that changed my life. Today my video went viral. You want to use present tense, like it already happened, present/past tense. So I'm either receiving it today or it already happened. So I met the love of my life, or I met the love of my life today. So you kind of see the difference there. So now that you've decided on your affirmation, I really focus on one affirmation. Focus on one affirmation that's going to have the biggest domino effect in your life. This might be love, this might be relationship, this might be career, this might be friends, this might be family, this might be travel, but focus on one affirmation. And when that affirmation comes true, you can start to add more. We're going to go what's called the ladder of believability. If you start with 50 affirmations, you're going to overload the brain and it's not going to believe that it's possible. Start with one, and when it comes true, the brain is like, wow, that was really fun. Let's do that again. How far can we push it? How far can we stretch it? I want to share with you the best time of day to recite your affirmations. There are 3 times throughout the day that you are going to be able to access your theta waves, which is basically self-hypnosis, when your brain is most open to suggestions. Look at this view. Beautiful Florida day. So those 3 times of day that are going to be so perfect for your brain. Let me get into some shade. It's so beautiful. It's so quiet. I'm on this gorgeous lake. Maybe it's a pond. I'm not quite sure. Let me show you. So those 3 times of day that are so crucial, because it's going to allow you when your brain is more malleable. Malleable just means it's easier to change, easier to influence. And the first thing is, as soon as you wake up, before you grab your phone, repeat your affirmation. I woke up next to my spouse. I have my dream life. I have my dream business, success, abundance, everything. As soon as you wake up, your brain is kind of still in that dreamy state of waking up and not sure like what's going on. But as soon as we check our phone and we get that blue light, it tells our brain, wake up, and it pulls us out of that mode of where our brain is more malleable or pliable. So as soon as you wake up, recite it for a few minutes. It could be like 3 minutes. You could get 100 affirmations and you don't need to grab your phone to track it. You can just repeat it. The second time of day that is so powerful is on a walk, which is why I've taken you on a walk for this YouTube video. So when we are walking, we are actually bilaterally stimulating our brain. We're using our left and our right brain at the same time, which allows our brain to process more information at a much faster rate. So every single day when you go to sleep, you have what's called REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement. Your eyes move from left to right, accessing your left and your right brain, processing the day's events, taking it from unprocessed to processed. We can replicate that with our eyes or with bilateral stimulation walking. So left, right, I'm accessing both parts of my brain, allowing my brain to process information so much faster. So I could be on this walk saying, I'm a full-time YouTuber. My career is YouTube. I make videos, I get paid. And as I'm doing it, the brain is processing that and it's going to train my reticular activating system to look for more. So it's really powerful. You can go on these walks. I call them affirmation walks. And you can just take a neighborhood. You don't even need to bring your phone. Don't need to bring music. And you just recite your affirmations. You are going to feel so amazing and so incredible. You got to try it. The third time of day that is so powerful to recite your affirmations is as you're in bed, falling asleep. As you're in bed, falling asleep, what actually happens is your brain waves start to slow down to get into that theta. And when we get into that theta, we're going from beta to alpha to delta to theta. The brain is open to suggestions. And when the brain is open to suggestions, you can literally recite your affirmations as you're falling asleep. So you're essentially like programming your brain what to focus on as it's falling asleep. Another thing you can do if reciting the affirmations is too much, you can visualize your dream life as you're falling asleep. And that is going to be so powerful of training your brain of what you want more of in your life. So those are the 3 times, as soon as you wake up, on a walk, or right before bed, that I recommend doing your robotic affirmations. Again, the brain needs repetition. Repetition trains the brain to what to look forward to, what to scout, and what to do. And if you're noticing this can happen so frequently, and sometimes we think it's a sign that it's not meant for us, sometimes our affirmations can actually trigger anxiety, stress, and panic. And if you're noticing that your affirmations are triggering stress, anxiety, panic, it's important to incorporate EFT tapping in your routine. EFT tapping is going to train the brain that affirmations are safe, that you can regulate while reciting the affirmations, and you can feel open to the new ideas that the affirmations are bringing. And I've got you, of course. I have my own tapping app called the Tapping Studio. We have over 200 tapping videos, all under 10 minutes, that are designed to regulate and rewire your brain so you can get into alignment with the life you know is meant for you. I know you watching this YouTube video, you're like, my life is meant for so much more. I'm meant for so much more. I haven't even scratched the surface of what I know I'm capable of. EFT tapping allows your mind, body, and soul to bring it to life through nervous system regulation, rewiring your affirmations, and so much more. Just look at this gorgeous scenery. I love doing walking YouTubes because I feel like, just as I was saying with the bilateral stimulation, I'm able to share with you in a way that feels so authentic and so like in flow state. So it's finally getting cooler weather here in Florida, so I can come and film these really fun, gorgeous scenery videos. I've got a little tip for you. If you want to share and be so brave, write your goal in the comment section, and I'll help you create an affirmation that you can repeat and recite over and over to help you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Share it with a friend who needs that boost that you know. Send it to your friend who you know is meant for a bigger life as well. And subscribe, and I will catch you guys in next week's video.